What's going on everybody, this is Kart and I'm back with a new video. I've just started my journey here, so for the newcomers, Premiere FX is the place where we learn about visual effects, CG and much more. So today let's talk about a huge topic, 3D compositing. We will discover together the compositing fundamentals in After Effects versus Nuke, beauty reconstruction, mask generation using Cryptomate, rotoscoping and last but not least, grading. So get relaxed, grab a coffee or a cup of tea and let's roll the intro!
So guys, let's discover together two different approaches in 3D compositing. The main differences in After Effects versus Nuke. To illustrate and explain it, what we need is a ready-to-render project. So I've taken my Boss DM2 pedalboard artwork that I've made a couple years back. Everything is clean, well organized and tidy as I like it. If you are interested to know more about this project, you might check my ArtStation portfolio. The link will be in the description. Okay, so without further ado, let's open the render settings. We already have our main settings set up, but we need to render all the separated passes named AOV in Arnold Render. This will be a crucial part for the compositing later on. It will serve to reconstruct the beauty pass. The following is a base formula for reconstructing the beauty pass. Some elements can be excluded if the scene does not use them. Diffuse plus specular plus transmission plus SSS plus emission equal beauty. To set up the different AOV, click on the AOVs tab. Select the diffuse, specular, transmission, emission, coat because I'm using it in some shaders. Notice that we haven't selected SSS because it's not necessary for this particular scene. Last but not least, Cryptomate AOV. Basically, with these two utility passes, you will be able to create all sorts of masks based off materials or objects present in the render. And last, we want to create a custom AOV with an ambient occlusion pass. To do so, click on Add Custom button, insert a name, let's put AO. Click on Select AO node. We need to input a AO shader in this input slot. So let's create an AE ambient occlusion shader. In the attribute editor, we can crank up a bit the sample value to 8. And we can reduce the spread to 0.3. Then on custom AOV, let's drag and drop our AO shader. We can now launch the IPR to check if all the AOV are present. Okay, sweet. One really important notice. On the main render settings tab, we have a checkbox Merge AOVs. Remember to activate it when compositing in After Effects. It will merge all the passes in one EXR. It's rather recommended for optimizing latency and efficiency. On the contrary, for compositing in Nuke, I rather prefer have everything separated for the same reasons. There are two radically different approaches for digital compositing, layer-based compositing and node-based compositing. After Effects is layer-based. The interface is split in three main frame panels. The first one is the project panel, where you can organize all your assets. The second one is the timeline, where you have all your layers organized in composition. And the third one is the viewer, to of course see the result. You can have a lot of layers in comps, into comps, in other comps. So to get organized is really important. Now, as for Nuke is the node-based compositing. This type of compositing interface allows great flexibility, but it required a bit more effort and fundamentals to begin with. The interface is split in different frame panels called pan. The first and main pan is the viewer, like After Effects. Down here, the second pan, we have what they call the node graph. And this is where you will have all of your composites in your tree of compositing. This is a personal project I've made and it has a pretty complex compositing. By the way, if you're interested in it, I will also put the link in the description. The third one is on the right side and it's your properties. The properties are where you can find all the settings for each node. That means every effect you're making like a merge node, a color corrector or a noise node will show up on that side. Now, to configure correctly After Effects for 3D compositing, it's important and needed to change a few things. Click on the A bits button here. On color settings, change the depth to 32 bits, the working space to sRGB, and finally check the linearize working space checkbox. Okay, done. On the Nuke side, we have nothing to do in particular. the default settings are already set up to work in linear mode. If you go to Project Settings, we can see by ourselves the correct settings. Now in After Effects, let's import our render in EXR. Just drag and drop it. As it's a merge EXR, we need to extract it. If you go in the menu File, normally you will have Create Pro EXR Layer Comp in the menu. If you don't have it, don't worry, just go to Pro EXR website. Download and install the plugin. It's free and available for After Effects, Premiere and Photoshop. Link will be in the description. So now in the menu, File, and click on Create Pro EXR Layer Comp. Boom, done. The plugin will handle the extraction of all passes. Let's clean and organize a bit the hierarchy. By clicking on Contact Sheet, you can see and check if all our AOV are present. On the Nuke side, let's import our render in EXR. Just drag and drop it as in After Effects. It will create a read node, and if we attach the viewer to it, in the main viewer panel we can see it. As in After Effects, to view the different AOVs in a merge EXR, we can create a node named Layer Contact Sheet. Plug it like that, and connect the view again. Yes, nice.
Hey you, I know you are watching my video and I know you are not subscribed yet. It's literally so easy, just go down there and boom, press subscribe. So like this video, comment and hit the subscribe button.
Okay, now the crucial part, the beauty reconstruction. In After Effects, click on the Ensemble comp. We can rename the comp and change the frame rate and duration easily. Ctrl+K. Now let's check the passes, then select and cancel the unnecessary ones. Now I'm ordering the passes. It doesn't affect the result, but it's just to have a well-organized project. So as the formula for beauty reconstruction we've seen before suggests, we need a plus operation. The equivalent in After Effects is the add mode. We now can do the same thing for the rest of the passes. Boom! As you can see now, we have the same result as the beauty. After we completed the beauty reconstruction, we can now delete the RGBA pass. Now for the ambient occlusion pass, we need to apply a multiply operation. We can lower the intensity of the AO by lowering the opacity property on the layer. Let's put something like 30%. Okay, now in Nuke, let's do the same thing. Let's import all our separated passes, ordering them again to have a clean and understandable project. Checking the passes. So in Nuke, in order to do the beauty reconstruction, we need to merge the passes together. To do so, click on Tab and write Merge. We've got two input pipes, A and B. So B will be always your background image and A your foreground image. So B to A. Let's plug it like that. Then by clicking onto the node and going to the Properties panel, switch the operation to plus. Then do the same thing to the remaining passes. Boom, done. As in After Effects, we've got the same result as the beauty pass. Let's clean up a bit the comp. You can create backdrop to label part of your compositing. Now for the ambient occlusion pass, we need to create another merge node, but this time with a multiply operation. As in After Effects, we can lower the intensity of the AO by lowering the mix value in the merge node property. Let's put something like 0.3, equivalent at 30%. Now in After Effects, for doing rotoscoping or manual masks, just click on the layer and go to the menu icons and click on the pen tool. Then draw your shape on the viewer. You can blur the mask by going in the mask properties. So press 2 times the M key on your keyboard. In the mask feather property, increase the value of your desire. In Nuke, of course, you can do the same. It's a bit more articulated. Create a roto node, plug it to the tree of compositing. Then click on the Bezier icon on the left and draw the shape in the viewer as in After Effects. It will create an alpha mask. Press A to view the alpha channel in the viewer. To blur it, let's create a second node after it, a blur node. In the properties of the blur node, you have to select the right channel, so alpha. And you can increase the side property to increase the blur effect. After that, with this mask, you can create a gray node for color correction purpose, for example, back in After Effects. A quick and easy way of creating multitude of masks is the use of Cryptomate utility passes. Okay, to do so, drag our main EXR source into the timeline, then apply a Cryptomate effect to the layer. On the Effects control panel, you can choose between materials and objects. Let's choose Objects and click OK. Now we shift and left click. We just have to select the desired object that we want in the mask. We can also do Ctrl and left click to remove objects. Now on the output option, change the mode to mate only. Now we have a Luma mate with no alpha. To create an adjustment layer, first create a white solid, then place it below the mask and change the track mate to Luma mate. Pre-compose the two layers by pressing Ctrl-Shift+C. Now to transform the current layer into an adjustment layer, click on the toggle switch and activate this icon. Boom, done. Now if we add some levels or other color grading effects, we can do some adjustments really easily. If needed, we can do the same thing on separated paths, like the specular for example. Okay, one more time. We are back into Nuke. As in After Effects, we can use the Cryptomate passes. To do so, just press Tab and create a Cryptomate node and plug it to the desired Cryptomate read node, so either materials or objects passes. Click on the node and then, in the Properties panel, select the Picker Add checkbox. On the viewer now, with Ctrl+ left click, you can select the desired objects. It will automatically create an alpha mask. Now, via a grade node, for example, you can adjust your image easily. If you want to remove an object from the mask, just click onto Picker Remove checkbox and deselect what you need in the viewer. Your crypto mask now can be used with many grading nodes like color correct node or exposure node. Really nice. So guys, if you are interested to know more about Nuke compositing, I have a special course on my Gumroad store. It's the last episode of a series of tutorials made of 3 parts: Modeling, Episode 1, Texturing and Shading and Look Development, Episode 2, and Compositing, Episode 3. In this part, you will discover and follow along how to composite a complete environment by learning the fundamentals and discover some advanced methods.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, you know what to do. Subscribe to my channel for more awesomeness. And I see you guys in the next video.